doing something down there. Let's hope it's just shopping. But I've got a dear friend of mine who I've known, I guess, 20 plus years or so. And he is First Shot. Coach Andy Herzer. Welcome to the show, Andy. He's going to co-host.
Again, thanks for having me. I'm looking forward to getting to know Megan a little bit better. And obviously, I don't look as good as your co-host. I'm a cheap fill-in.
You're a cheap fill-in. Lunch is on me tomorrow, by the way. But we're going to have a good time, and we're excited to have Megan Farrell with us tonight, she's a little bit of everything. VIP 615. Tell us, who is Megan Farrell? Just give us a little short synopsis in about 50 words or less.
Oh, 50 words or less. I've never been able to do that. We'll try. Just a paragraph. Okay. Well, I am from Centertown, Tennessee, and I'm a mom of 4 kiddos that keep me very, very busy. I work at my day job that I told you guys that pays the bills. I'm working at Bell Law, which I do marketing and sales there. And what we're here mainly to talk about tonight is 615 VIP that I started a few years ago, and the nonprofit Unstoppable Women.
Unstoppable, which is a podcast.
It's a podcast and all kinds of things that we got going on with it.
I've been on that podcast. Andy, you need to be on that podcast.
You do.
Well,
again, now that I know you, you're going to be on it.
We've met.
Yes, for sure.
So when you talk about 615 VIP, obviously you're a marketing guru.
Try to be.
No, you are.
Yeah.
So why brand it that way?
Honestly, the 615 VIP, I thought about that when I was in Nashville, actually, and I was at a Hattie B's Chicken, and I was watching the line of people try to get in, and I thought, man, there's a lot of places that are really good that need to be promoted and that have VIP status in the 615 area. I was like, 615 VIP. That's what we're going to do. And we're going to go to these mom and pop shops. We're going to go to these local business owners, and we're going to promote them just as big as these franchises that are out there. So that's how that came about.
So are you out, or are they looking for you? How does...
The goal is one day they're looking for me, but right now I handpick everybody we put on there. I promote anything that's going on locally. I try to put out on there. I haven't been as active on that page with trying to get the Unstoppable up and going, but what I like to do is I like to go and research people, like research businesses, what they stand behind, what they believe in, and if it's got a good mission, if it's got a good cause, or if it's something that's just really, really good that doesn't have a lot of people that know about it, we want to bring that little hidden jewel out for everybody to see. So that's what we'll do there.
And obviously, small mom and pops.
Love the small mom and pops. Yes.
Can't really afford a full-time marketing.
Correct.
Person, so.
I have actually sat with a lot of small business owners, especially over COVID, and we talked a lot about what they could do to help their marketing for free, because these people, like you said, they don't have the marketing money, the bankroll to do it, but it's still valuable stuff. We just need to get the word out about it.
We call it cheese up here. They don't have the cheese.
They don't have the cheese. Yeah. That's right. Yes, they don't have the bread. Yeah.
The bread,
there
bread.
You go.
But,
there you go.
I've been on Facebook a lot. I've been on social media. I've been accused of being a social media hog. But
we can say it.
You're so good though. Yeah.
But I tell you what, you're on there quite a bit too.
I stay pretty active. I'm telling you, if you're going to do anything big in the world, you've got to hit your social media. You've got to. It's just it's the way it is now. You've got to be on there. Yeah.
Andy, you were going to say something before I interrupted you.
No.
I thought you were pointing at me.
Well, I was just going to say to both of you, I have to have someone else do my Facebook, right? Because it's not in my wheelhouse.
Right.
So people out there that are listening, you need to get and call Megan, and you need to bring a little cheese.
Bring a
lot of cheese. I like cheese.
I mean, and that's what I was going to say to you, is you have a worth. Make sure that even
a lot
the
of people
mom and pops have a way to pay you. And that's what I wanted to say to you.
That's my homework assignment, right?
That's it.
No, I mean,
that's right. Yeah.
I think you know, after sitting out talking before the show, you're a ball of energy. And
Oh,
if people
thank you.
do not know you, need to get to know you, because I think
so
that is how you promote.
Mm-hmm.
Is
Yeah,
with
it's
that
true.
energy that you have.
Well, I appreciate that. That means a lot that you said that. Thank you.
And
Yes.
this hat, I love the hat she wears.
I have
Is
tons
that
of
a
hats.
Stetson? What is that?
No, this one came, speaking of mom and pop, this one came from Magnolia Roots in Smithville, and I get so many compliments
Smithville.
on this hat. Smithville.
It's
Smithville.
my wife's favorite
Yes.
place.
Yes.
What's it called?
Smithville, Magnolia Roots.
Magnolia Roots.
Magnolia
Is it
Roots.
on the square?
It's on the square. It's right off the square, and it is amazing, and it's very low price point. Like this is just $25. You go to Nashville, this is $40-$50.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's cool.
Mhm. That's right.
I don't think I would look good in a hat like that.
You just gotta own it, Bill. Just wear it and own it.
Don't cut me.
I'll tell you a story.
Because he'll
He'll
start
do it, won't he?
sporting.
Yeah.
I nearly got put in jail one time because of a hat. We were down
Oh,
in,
no.
in Nashville at the night court. Y'all are
Uh-huh.
too young to remember that, but we used to go to night court and try to stay out of night court. But they had a little thing where you could, you know, it was like you could watch the judge. They bring people in, but I had a hat on.
Uh-huh.
And the judge asked me to take it off.
Oh no.
And I didn't take it off, and I was that close. But that was back in another time when I was a little rebellious, back 30-something years ago. So anyway, I don't know what that hat, it was a little hat story there.
Yeah.
But what are you doing now? What have you been up to besides going to the lake and having a good time?
Yeah.
Some of us have to work.
I know,
you
right? Yeah. Well, I have it at the lake all day today with some friends on Center Hill. By the way, that place is busy this weekend. But I've been really working on the unstoppable piece. I am really good, and I'm learning this about me. I'm really good at promoting others. But sometimes you got to learn to invest in yourself and your goals and what you believe in. And the older I get, I'm learning that.
Right.
And this year has been a revelation year for me in that. So it was like, okay, Megan, you can still help others. You can still do your philanthropy work. You can still do all that stuff. But you need to focus on what makes Megan tick and what you're called to do. And Unstoppable Women and Unstoppable, the podcast that we do, we call it Unstoppable for, in case we have a man come on.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. we don't want to leave you guys out. But we really have focused on, right now, until I get my 501c3 done, everything's coming out of my own pocket or what people are donating. So I said to myself, the first of the year, I was like, I'm going to do 2 big events this year. Like, that's my goal. And then we're going to finish the 501c3 and we're going to grow it from there. So the next event we're doing is actually next Thursday at Vitality Realty here. Jennifer, Diana.
Jennifer.
I know.
Yeah.
They are going to open their doors up for us to
That was
do a
nice of
women
them to do
clothing
that.
drive. Yeah. So that's one of the things I'm working on. We can talk more about that in a minute. But the second thing is going to be a women's retreat. I had my first women's conference last year in October, or this past October. We had a small group of women we poured into all day, and that was just, it was like, okay, now I know I'm where I'm supposed to be.
It's your passion.
It's my passion, and I'm like, this is it. I share my, testimony with people, and I realized by me being raw and letting them see a little bit inside of my life that
Right.
it's helping them along the way too. So if I can share a story and it helps women, even if it's just 1 or 2, it's worth me being out there sharing it. So.
That's why you're here tonight. Share some stories.
Yeah, share some stories.
Well,
So let's go back
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
your fundraiser.
Yes.
Because, again,
Mm-hmm.
most people that know me, I started a nonprofit 20 years ago
Love it.
from scratch. You're
Yeah.
doing the same
Yeah.
thing.
Mhm.
And what people need to understand, that you are truly already doing the work.
Absolutely.
You just need the help and the funds
Right.
to fund this. So
Right.
talk about your
The
venture this next week.
Yeah,
coming up.
absolutely. So what's coming up next week it's called Dress for Success. And we're getting gently used business attire. And we're gonna have, the women can come in and they can pick 1, 2, 3 outfits for interviews to get them back into the workforce that's looking to get back into the workforce, or they could already be in the workforce, they just need a couple new outfits. We're going to help them with their resume, interview skills, whatever we can provide during that time, we're going to do. If not, we're going to try to find the resources to get them the help that they need. But a lot of women some of the women, not a lot, but some of them I talk to don't even know how to set up an email. So this day and age, you have to be online.
Gotta have that. Yeah.
So, and I'm even telling people so much, if you already have a job, or you're thinking about a job, or you're an entrepreneur and you don't know where to get started, come to this event. Like, I don't want people to feel like It's for low income. It's for every level of income. Because I say that because I was that mom that was working but still needed help and couldn't get government assistance because I made $100 too much. This was 16 years ago.
Wow.
That's how this all started. Was I went in to get daycare assistance 16 years ago when my son was little, so I could go back to work. And they said, "Ma'am, I'm sorry, you make $100 too much." And I'm like, man, our system is broken. So I was like, I'm going to do something one day to help the working mom that still needs help. But where we run into trouble here, gentlemen, is that a lot of women or even men, they don't want to. It's a pride thing, because I was like that. I didn't want to ask for help. I didn't want anybody to know I had $12 in my bank account until I got paid. I didn't want anybody to know that. So I didn't ever ask for help. I suffered through it. And I want to remove that stigma. I want to give these women a safe place to be like, I do need help.
Right.
And because they're going to be able to get ahead, and they're going to be able to help somebody else too. So I want it to create a ripple effect for these women there.
Great stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So my daughter was a working single mom.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Just like you.
Uh-huh.
Paid once a month.
Yeah.
Always looking at that bank account. So I got a feel for this.
Mm-hmm.
And she made too much money.
Yeah.
To get any assistance or any help. How do we get that stigma? Because college grad, teacher,
right,
great teacher,
yes,
great mom,
right,
but because again, the crunch of start now,
right.
How do we get that? How do we remove that?
You just give people a safe place and a judgment-free place to come talk to, because I can't tell you how many times I felt judged with people because, I've been divorced, and especially, some people say I was hurt by this person or this group or this church or whatever. We need to take that out, and we need to truly show love to people, and we need to show grace to people, because everybody has a story. Everybody has things they're not proud of in their life, but it makes them who they are.
Right.
When I go and talk to women, or I talk to men, or I talk to a women's group, the very first thing I start with is, I'm going to show you my basement today. Because we all have our pretty house with all of our pretty stuff, but in our basement, we have
all the junk.
All the junk. But we don't get rid of it, because that's who made us who we are.
Right.
So, but we hide it in our basement. And I think sometimes if we show more people our basement and show them where we've came from, that's how we remove the stigma of that, because they see, oh, we're all a lot alike.
Right.
In that sense. That's where I think
that makes good sense.
Yeah.
We're all human.
Human.
I'm a big Elvis fan. Elvis used to say, "If you cut me, man, I'll bleed."
Right.
I'm mortal. We're mortal.
Right.
And we all want to give love, receive love, it doesn't matter if you're a Republican or a Democrat. We're not going to go into politics, or if you're black or white, or a man or a woman or whatever. Right. We all have the same needs.
We do.
At the end of the day, I always tell people this when I'm speaking, or whatever: finances, romances, or relationships and health. So most people are driven by, sometimes it's money.
Yeah.
How much do I have a job? Am I capable of keeping a job? There's been times in my life when I wasn't able to work. And then, do I have a bank account? Yeah, I've got a bank account now. But how's my relationship with my significant other? How's me and Mary? How's my relationship with my mother, my son, Andy, or whoever? How's the relationship with the guy that just pulled out in front of me at Walmart and I want to go choke him? And then how is my health?
Right.
And the last 24 months, it's been COVID. COVID hadn't cared if you're a Democrat or a Republican or whatever, if you graduate from Vanderbilt or if you're a truck driver. So we're all equal.
Well, I think what you're alluding to is what Megan's alluding to, is that because of how we've been raised and that junk in the basement and that being proud, how do we crack that so that we can get the women and men, because the men have the same hurts.
Oh, absolutely.
Different.
Absolutely.
But have the same hurts. How do we, again, safe place. I keep hearing that. How do you create that safe place, Megan?
Well, in my world, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to make these events possible where there's a lot of the women of events that I'm doing. There's a lot of entrepreneurial women that are very successful that come to that, and like that one that we just had in last October, like the guy that was there was like, oh my goodness, like if this was men, we would be sitting here having a peeing contest with each other, but you women are lifting each other up. Like, this is amazing. Like, what are you doing? It's things like that, putting people in rooms together, giving them a chance to talk, to hear their story. I think that's where I can make a difference in my realm of it. Listening to people, I think we need to do more listening than talking. And everybody wants to talk about their stuff. I get it. Everybody needs to be heard, but sometimes we just need to listen.
Right.
And if we just listen to people, sometimes we can figure out what their problem is, and then we can figure out how to help them.
Right.
So
Being vulnerable.
Yeah.
Again, it goes back to me, is what you're doing is wonderful.
Thank you.
Because First Shot has a lot of single moms.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Because of where we're at, the demographic of
Mm-hmm.
people we serve. And I've never, I've always just thought of, because my wheelhouse
Right.
are the kids.
Yeah.
Your wheelhouse is helping the young
Yeah.
ladies out.
Yeah.
So again, I think in our world we need lots of Megans
Oh,
that are willing to serve others
absolutely.
and make themselves available.
Yes.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, definitely.
For a young lady, it's
Oh,
pretty cool.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
So
Yeah.
tell me this. Where are you from?
I'm from.
I don't mean that, but
No,
where are you
no,
from?
no. I am from Center Town.
You said that,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
That's
I was
Cannon County.
Cannon. Well, it's right on the border. It's in Warren County officially, but Centertown is where roots are, and it's where my family's from. But I have a lot of family in Cannon County as well.
Right. And you played basketball.
I did.
Were you like an all-star and all that?
No, that's my mother. I wasn't bad. I was more of a rebounder, assister. I didn't have a lot of points, but I got into coaching afterwards. And I thought, since I played and I was pretty good at playing, I thought, oh, coaching would be easy. Whew, did I learn that it is totally different, I'm sure. Then I started coaching, I think after my second child, and I loved it. It was a passion. And I really thought that this Unstoppable Women, I thought it was going to be youth at first. I thought I was going to help teenage girls. And then it was like, oh, wow, now I'm helping older women. And that's fine. That's great. But I was helping girls basketball, and I was in a football town. I was in South Pittsburgh, Tennessee at the time. South Pittsburgh is a football town, if you're not familiar, powerhouse. And somebody told me, they're like, you will never have a successful travel exposure ball team in South Pittsburgh, Tennessee, because it's all football. And then I was like, you might as well just tell me just to do it at that point, because I was going to do it or die at that point. Right. So I put a team together, me and my husband at the time, and because he was a local basketball coach there, and my first year we ended up winning nationals. Because I know, right? I have a little gold ball, 2 gold balls. So we won 2. But I did it because these girls were so good, but they were not getting in front of players. They were not getting in front of schools that was going to be colleges to look at them. Right. So we did that. Tennessee Lady Bells. It started in Murfreesboro actually at the time. Kelby started it at Murfreesboro, then moved down to South Pittsburgh, and we restarted it there. And sure enough, we got some girls scholarships. A lot of my girls went on to play college.
That's a blessing, and what you're a blessing to them. Isn't that cool to coach? I know Andy has too, to coach children, and then later on they go to college, but also to play ball. That's pretty significant.
Yeah, I was really impressed with it. I was wanting to win some ball games for them and get them some exposure, but winning the 2 gold balls was pretty good too.
So in other words, what you just told me about yourself, sitting here listening to you. If I tell you can't do something, you're going to go do it and accomplish it.
I was always that child, yeah. I'll show you. Don't put baby in a corner, because I'm gonna get out of it one way or another. Yeah. So I do my best work. My mom used to make me mad before my ball games in high school because of that, because I always played better when I had more grit about me. So, yeah.
Looks like we may be taking a break here in just a minute.
Good.
We're here with Megan Farrell and Coach Andy Herzer. You're listening to the Mr. Murfreesboro Show on WGNS. We'll be right back.
All right.